So you think about getting into gravel riding and you got some questions? Well, in this video, we're gonna break down the top 7 things you should know before getting into gravel. Let's get it. Well, that was a sick ride. So let's get into the 7 points you should know before getting into gravel riding. So we've all heard about gravel riding. Maybe you've come from a road background and you're all about long miles, or you're coming from mountain biking and you're all about shredding on single track. Well, here's the deal. Gravel offers all of that together in one form. With a gravel bike, you can go anywhere you want. You can go from the road out onto the dirt trail. You see a 6 single track, you want to shred down that, it's all available. You can get out there, you can explore wherever you want to go. You can go literally from your house out to the trail, back to your house. There is no out of bounds unless there's a no trespassing sign. That we don't recommend you go out there. But also, the great thing about gravel, you don't have to worry about cars so much as traffic continually increases. When you're out there on the gravel roads, you don't have to worry about cars. You can slow down your pace. It's not so much about what your cadence is. You're just hanging out. You might be able to have those great conversations with your friends, get out there and see some cool wildlife. It's all there. So let's get into the 7 points in which you need to know before you start riding gravel. The first point, and probably the largest point we need to consider, and that is frame material. There's a lot of different frame materials that we're considering when you're out there looking and getting into gravel riding. Whether you want a carbon bike because you're looking for speed, maybe just go out on those fire roads, still shredding miles, or you're looking for steel because we all know that steel is real, you want that flexy feeling, or you're just looking for a lighter weight, more aluminum frame. All these are options to consider when you're out there figuring out which way and how you want to ride gravel. So if you're coming from road, typically we understand that lighter is faster, better, all that. It's not so much the case with gravel riding, or maybe it is. Maybe it's something you want to focus on. Maybe you still want to get those high pace miles and all that. So carbon is really the aspect that you're looking at for frame material. Maybe you're coming from a BMX background. You're used to, aluminum or steel frames. You kind of want to jump around. You want to hit some crazy features. Maybe steel is the way to go, or even aluminum. These all offer different things for you. But it's important to recognize if you came from mountain biking, there is no suspension. You're gonna feel full rigid aspects in your gravel riding. So keep these in mind when you're trying to make your decision. Now I know I said that there is not suspension like on mountain bikes. And we are aware that there are gravel bikes with suspension, but primarily we're focusing on gravel bikes that are full rigid and ready to shred. So let's get into the next point, which is tire size and the size of your wheel. There are 2 primary options here when you're looking at gravel, and that's 700C and 650B. Whoa, big numbers, big letters, what's going on? Yeah, I kind of feel the same way. You get into mountain, it's 29, it's 27.5, it's the obsolete 26. There's just numbers everywhere. What's important here to recognize is the type of terrain in which you're looking to ride on. With 700C, I'd aim that more so to you're trying to keep a high pace, you're trying to ride fast, you're trying to ride clean. If you're looking to be a little more aggressive, get crazier, want to put some fatter tires on there, you can get into 650B. So when you're picking out your bike and you've kind of figured out the style of terrain you're looking at, the next thing is looking at tire width. Wider tire is going to be a lot grippier based on what you're rolling over. With 650B, you're getting a lot more clearance in that frame. You're able to get a wider tire. You're gonna get more knobs and grip on there. You can lower your PSI and get out there and get more grip and rip. So as a quick reference to understand is that the skinnier the tire, the faster, the more easy it's gonna roll. The wider the tire, the more knobby, the more grippy. It's gonna be a slow roller, but a more comfortable and plush ride. So the next point is tire pressure. Now when you're out there, and if you're coming from a mountain bike background, this is probably information you already know, but a bigger tire allows you to air down even more and get a more comfortable approach on a lot of the different mixed terrain that you're gonna ride on. So when you're out there and you lower way down, you're going over rocks, you're going over different points of gravel, sand, etc. That lower tire pressure, that wider tire like we just discussed, allows you to have a much more controlled and have the ability to approach different features on your ride and have a great time. Now let's get into a pretty neat feature that really blends road, mountain, and everything in between on a gravel bike. And that's handlebars. Most road bikes, typically all road bikes, I'm sure someone has something to say about that, but most road bikes have drop bars, right? We want aerodynamics. Well, gravel bikes offer the ability to ride drop bars, but they also have the ability to ride flat and riser bars like we're seeing on mountain. Again, this plays into what style of riding that you're trying to accomplish on your gravel bike. There's also all different kinds of different packable bars where you can put different bags on and everything based on what you're trying to do. So maybe you've decided what kind of bar style you want to ride, but now you're considering what kind of material of bar do I want to use. Well, whether that be aluminum or you want to ride something like carbon, these are options to consider. We know with aluminum, you're going to get a little bit more dampening with the material in your hands, where carbon's going to be a lot stiffer approach, but offer you a little bit of shedding weight in that sense. Now with different bars, there comes different aspects. What kind of rise do you want? What kind of flare? How wide do you want it? These are certain features that you may just have to ride the bars that come on the bike that you're buying, and then you start playing around. When I first started, I rode a 40 centimeter drop bar on my bike, and then I eventually went all the way up to a 46. I realized that I liked a much wider bar for my shoulder and my wrist comfort. I flared out my hands a little bit, and all of a sudden I was able to put 10, 15 more miles on my bike without having those certain pains and aches that I was feeling before. So these are options that you're gonna have to consider as you continually get more and more into gravel. You're gonna play around with different things and figure out what exactly works for you. Moving into the next point is all the sick and awesome and sweet, cool, however you want to label it, unique gear you can get associated with your gravel bike. Whether this be, like I mentioned before, suspension on your bike, because maybe you're just riding super aggressive, you want to take a little bit of that away and make it a little more plush of a ride, or even if you want to put on a dropper post because you find yourself, wanting a little more control of the frame underneath you on your downhills. These are all options that are becoming more and more apparent in the gravel scene. As more and more riders get into gravel riding, we're starting to blend the different features that we're seeing from mountain and road into one aspect and give everything you need when you're out there crushing those gravel miles. Moving into tools. Now we all know it's a mechanical stallion that we're riding. We're galloping out there, wherever the horse takes us. But for real, when you're out there riding, you're gonna be approaching a lot of different things that can really wreck your bike. Now, being able to fix something and adjust something on the trail is extremely important. And it is an aspect of riding, no matter which style you do, it's important to consider. Whether this be things like CO2, to refill that air system, a multi-tool to adjust your seat, your bars, or whatever else you need to do, or even a plug kit when you're running tubeless and you need to plug that hole that is just not sealing with the sealant within your tire. These are options that you need to consider and look into. But if you're looking for further information on all the things that you should probably carry on your gravel ride, stay tuned because we have a video coming up. Moving into our last point, and I'm not pointing at that, I mean the last option in which we're talking about, which is the apparel or the gear that you're wearing out on your ride. The cool thing about gravel is you can wear basically whatever you want. Whether you're coming from road, like I've stated before, and you want to keep that full Lycra for crushing miles, staying aerodynamic, your shaved legs, you're looking great, awesome. Maybe you're coming from mountain, you want to keep your baggy Fox shorts or whatever else and your nice long sleeve jersey, you're ready to hit jumps on your gravel bike, even better. Or if you just want to wear those regular shorts, you want to put a flannel on, you're going out for a bike packing, it doesn't matter. The best thing about gravel is you can blend it all together. Wear your Lycra shorts, wear your flannel, wear your hat backwards, but make sure to wear a helmet. Don't ever forget to wear a helmet. And as we like to do here at Jenson USA, add those little extra points in. Our 8th point is most importantly, have fun. It's not about pace anymore. It's about getting out and riding your bike and having a great time. and look at it as an opportunity to expand your riding skill. When you're out there riding a gravel bike and going back to the road, you're gonna find yourself able to control your road bike a lot better. Same with mountain. Whether you're used to 29er and you're crushing fat tires and all that, you get on a gravel bike, it's gonna make you think a little bit about which line you're picking. So have fun out there, improve your skills, and just most importantly, keep pedaling. We here at Jenson love seeing y'all ride. We like to see where you're at, the fun you're having, so make sure to tag us in all of your posts and follow our accounts at Jenson USA using the hashtags Keep Pedaling, We Keep You Pedaling, Jenson USA, and Jenson Ride Vibes. I know that's a lot, but be sure to look down below. We have everything down there for you. And if tagging us in all of your rides isn't enough and you have tons of questions, be sure to reach out to our Gear Advisor pros who are happy to help you with all those questions even further. They break down every piece of gear that you have questions about and make sure you're getting exactly what you need. And as always, like I've stated before, keep pedaling.
You did start making a full suspension gravel bike though.
I know. Yeah, I just didn't want to get into that. It's a 90s mountain bike at this point.
Yeah.
And as I was saying that, I was like, someone's gonna comment, well, they make the full suspension. Well, yeah, they do, but we're not talking about that right now, right? Oh yeah, oh damn it, dude, this B-roll, dude.
Yeah, that's perfect, because I'm just gonna add it in.
Forever B-roll, like every word that I say, you will just take advantage of. We're gonna break down. Yep, that was good, but what did I forget? Anything? We love y'all. Ha ha! Woo! That's good, right?
Yeah,
that kind of blended it all together.
That was perfect.